Hello everybody, I'm Danielle Jameson and welcome to my channel. In today's video I have a story time video for you guys. I seem to have just had the worst day. Something goes wrong and then something else goes wrong and then you're like, oh yes, it can't get any worse, and then somehow it just gets worse. I've just had one of those days. I have a story time video for you guys, and this is a very recent story time actually, where I argued with these random strangers who have some relatives who live in our street. I say strangers because I genuinely don't know their names, I don't know anything about them other than they have a little silver car. This has been happening for months and it is really irritating because you cannot do anything to stop it. This is not illegal, but every single time these strangers in the little silver car come along and go and see their relatives who live, I don't know, probably about 4 doors down from us, the street will be completely empty and he will still choose to park his car on our front, whether it be over the drive or whether it be just sitting on the front. It's not illegal to do that, but he never ever parks his car anywhere else. Me and my mum, we don't drive. One of the things that you will always notice when you don't drive is that people will always be parking on your front because they know they can take the piss because you guys don't have a car. And this happened with these strangers a lot. I think it's happened a few times where they've left the car and it's been on our front for a week, over a week. Even if this guy has a shit ton of shopping, he will go in his boot, get loads of bags on his shoulders, walk all the way up the street, which is all empty, get into his relative's house, put his bags down, come back to the car, get more bags. I mean, it's the guy is taking the piss every single day, you guys. Sometimes he'll be there for hours and hours and hours, and like I said, sometimes he parks on our front for over a week and just kind of leaves his car there. I know that a lot of people are going to be weird with me because it's like, oh well, it's something so minute. I honestly don't mind people parking on the front as long as they're not taking the piss with it, especially when it's over the drive. I mean, my granddad comes over quite a lot and he has quite a big car. He always tries to park it in the drive, and if the silver car is over the drive, then he can't get in and it just creates more havoc because then my granddad gets arsey. It just so happens that when we were coming up the street, the guy in the silver car pulls up, parks on our front, and he gets out along with his wife, and my mum decides to say something. He was staring at us as if we had done something wrong, as if we were on his property or something, or we were invading his personal space. He was just glaring at myself and my mother like pieces of dirt on the ground, basically, like we were shit on his shoe. So my mum speaks out. She says, well, you must like parking on our front because you're always on it. So after my mum makes this sarcastic comment, I was like, oh dang, shit's about to go down. And this guy, I kid you not, you guys, he kept changing his story. He was talking to my mum like absolute shit. And that's when I intervened because I am very protective over my mum. And as you guys know, I've spoke about it numerous times. I used to be a very shy person until my mum and my dad separated, and that's when I kind of found a voice. Gotta get that balance between being quiet and shutting your mouth when you need to, but then you need to be able to get the balls, I think personally, to stand up for yourself and other people if needs be. I am very protective over my mother. I immediately jump in and something snapped in me, you guys. I went totally crazy. My mum didn't deserve the shit that she was getting back from this dude. So I went off of it. I was getting right in his face. I was swearing, I was shouting, I was screaming. I'm not proud of swearing. To be honest, you guys, I have a sailor's mouth. I will swear until the cows come home. On this channel, I really do try to not swear a lot, but sometimes it does come out, especially when I'm very angry about something. Sailor's mouth, let loose. Every other word is fuck, I'm sure. And it's not something that I'm particularly proud of. Everyone has little faults. Swearing is just one of mine. So I go crazy on this dude. Again, I get greeted with nothing but lies. He was being such a hypocrite, changing his story. The first thing he said was, I only park here on Mondays, which is complete bullshit, by the way, because this guy parks on our front Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. you're a liar. I think what really pissed me off is just the fact that this guy was lying about everything and his wife was just backing him up. It all started with just a simple question. My mum was nice about it and we got nothing but sarcasm, we got nothing but lies, slyness. He then said, well, I pay my taxes, and I'm like, that's a cool story, bro. I don't need to know that. I've got a right to be here, blah blah blah, which fair enough, yeah, you do. It's not illegal to park on our front, but that's why you do it, because you know we can't do anything about it. We are trying to sell our house at the moment, and a lot of people who've actually come to view our house have actually said in the feedback that they can't be done with just randomers parking on the front all the time. That is literally what people have said. It's getting to the point where we can't sell our house. Shouting and screaming is not always the way that is going to solve issues and problems. And I understand that. I'm not saying that it's right what I did. But what I am trying to say is sometimes you do have to stand up for yourself. You've got to stand up for your family. To me, yeah, it's a relatively small matter of this dude's just parking on our front all the time and it's just really annoying. But it was getting to the point where he knew he was taking the piss, I knew he was taking the piss, my mum knew, and it was starting to bother my granddad a lot because often when he would come round to the house, he couldn't park in the drive, he couldn't get on the front, whatever. Should I have sworn? No, I shouldn't. One of the things I recall them saying to my mum during the argument was, you best settle your daughter down, settle her, will you sort her out? Bottom line is, you guys, we got spoken to like absolute dog crap that day, and they've not had the balls to return to the front since the argument, which I guess is a plus. The way he responded to my mum's simple question of why are you parking on the front all the time, it made it very clear to us that he was just doing it to wind us up. In the end, my mum literally had to drag me inside because I would have just kept ripping this guy a new asshole, because that's the kind of horrible person that I am. I don't have a good balance between when to shut my mouth and when to say something, and that's one of the things that I do struggle with. It is a fault of mine and I will very, very happily admit to that. I am planning on doing a special Halloween video which I'm super excited about. I've got a few Halloweeny video ideas jotted down in my little notebook, so hopefully I'll choose one and I will upload it close to Halloween for you guys. I am working Halloween night, unfortunately, so the video will probably be up a day or two before Halloween. But really, honestly, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic Halloween this year, and I hope you've been having a fantastic day so far. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure to click on that subscribe button. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. See you later.